Hi, my name's Mark Cale, I'm CEO of System 3 and you're watching Eurogamer.
Hey ho gamers, Ian from Eurogamer here. Earlier this month I put out a video showcasing how the long-awaited remake of Putty Squad was looking on the PS4. In this video I've gone to Putty Moon and back to bring you even more exclusive PS4 gameplay, and an exclusive interview with Mark Cale. Mark's going to be talking about the new enhancements System 3 have made to Putty Squad for the modern platforms, and whether or not a disc-based version of the Amiga build will finally be released, as many of us retro gamers hope. But first, for all of you who were mere eggs and sperms when Putty Squad first appeared back in 1994, here's a little history lesson for you.
Putty started off as a game called Putty, Super Putty actually, originally out on the Amiga and the Super Nintendo. The game received great critical acclaim. Why? Because it wasn't just a platform game, the character could do a number of unique things. He could stretch onto different platforms, he could absorb, morph into characters, he could punch, he could inflate and absorb different things. There are a number of objects you can pick up, the number of objects you need to get through the levels in order to complete the levels, and the object of the game was to save always the MIA putties. People thought it was revolutionary at the time in terms of a character concept and what you can do, because there were so many things the character could do rather than just run and jump in a platformer. So the Putty franchise was born, and then we decided on the sequel circa 1993. Putty Squad was originally intended to be on the Amiga as an Amiga game like the previous one, but unfortunately with the dominance of the consoles taking off, we found it very, very difficult to get Putty Squad on the Amiga into store. Despite having a cover demo, despite having great reviews in all of the Amiga magazines, 90% reviews everywhere, 94% reviews, 95% reviews, unfortunately, a bit like the Wii U today, you can't get shelf space for it. And unfortunately it died, which it was good because it became almost like the holy grail of video games, this great Amiga format gold game that never came out, and why didn't it come out, and it created a lot of history and a lot of pedigree for the company to sit alongside other classics we own, such as Last Ninja and IK+. With the movement of retro games coming back to the fore at the moment, this seemed to be the perfect title to enter back into that retro market scene and bring back Putty Squad as it was intended, but now enhanced in HD with a lot more features and a lot more gameplay than the original game. Some of the other areas we've done to really improve the game and bring it up to date. First of all, the game's now in 1920 by 1080 on PS4. It has cross-play with Vita. 3DS has full use of the touchscreen, as does the Vita version, so each version has its own unique features bespoke to that console. And if you pre-order the game on PlayStation 4, we are giving away a season pass to allow all of those users to get a free copy of Super Putty, which will be built as an add-on into this game Q1 2014.
How many levels will be included in the game, and have you added any new ones especially for this re-release?
There are 60 levels built into the game. Some of them are hidden, some of them are secret rooms. Each of them have different challenges and different things you've got to overcome. Some of the things you want to try and do is collect stickers, which we'll come on to in a minute. And each of the challenges relates to a different goal you're trying to achieve in order to then expand the game.
Challenge accepted.
If we go back to stickers, whether you're in challenge mode or marathon mode, there are a number of stickers that are scattered throughout the level. And why? Because you have a sticker book that you collect these different stickers, and the idea is to expand the game. So every 2 weeks we're offering a free DLC level to download to people. They've collected all the stickers for a particular page, and there's multiple pages in your big sticker book built into the game. That gives you this piece of DLC worth €5 for free. Now, over the 52 weeks from post-launch, we'll be launching a new level every 2 weeks, and they'll give you 26 levels worth €130 in value.
That's an interesting way to monetize DLC. It's almost like a free-to-play game. If you grind, you can get all the content for free, but if you're lazy, you can just reach for your wallet and get the levels instantly.
I don't like a lot of the monetized games, and because the game is firmly aimed at hardcore retro fans that remember the original, plus an entry level of 8 to 12-year-olds, the female side of the market, because it resonates with them as a character, I didn't really want to build something where you keep trying to take an extra dollar off someone every time they achieved something. Oh yeah, you can do this, now you can do that, but give us $1. It doesn't sit right with me. So yes, the idea is to reward the punter that actually sits there, grinds the game out, enjoys the game, and give him value. If the DLC cost $1, people wouldn't. I think it adds to the playability that it's €5 and it has value, and you've saved €5 by actually not grinding the game out, enjoying the game, playing the game, collecting the stickers, and getting your free DLC and expanding it, and then showing off and boasting in a social world with your trophies and what you've done and what you've achieved within the game. And I think it's these aspects, bringing it up to date, that are really important.
You mentioned in a recent issue of Eurogamer magazine that you're going to release the Amiga version as part of the limited collector's edition. Not just as DLC though, but the original and fully complete Amiga version on 3.5-inch floppy disk. Is this plan still going ahead?
There was a plan to give away a collector's edition with pre-orders, but the biggest challenge we had was finding enough discs. It's not supported by Sony or any of the out of the manufacturers for download, which means you'd have to convert it anyway. And more importantly, is to try and find a reliable disc manufacturer that can master it, produce it in quantity to meet the demand. We've had many people write to us that have requested that. And it was something that we were thinking of doing, that we said to Eurogamer. I didn't actually want them to sit there and put it in print. This was something we're still looking at. We still would love to give the Amiga version to the market in some way or form. But there are challenges, as I said, in terms of how do we deliver that? Because apart from putting it on a disc, I have no other way in which to deliver this as DLC or what have you on your PlayStation 4, unless it's going to be emulated in some other way. But that's a completely different process and a completely different set of approvals would need to go through on the different console manufacturers. So it's something we're still looking at, and it depends on disc supply and what other things we can do in terms of getting things put together.
Devastating news there for all the hardcore Amiga lovers who are dying to finally get their hands on the holy grail of gaming. There is no 3.5-inch Amiga Disc Special Edition, and there are no plans to emulate the game either. At least PS4 owners will have the chance to play a remake of Super Putty, but that's not going to do much to soothe the disappointment felt by those of us who are excited by the announcement in Eurogamer. Once you've wiped those tears from your eyes, why not give us a subscribe by clicking on that on-screen annotation? Eurogamer's YouTube channel has loads more exclusive interviews on the way, and as we are building up to the next generation now, expect loads of brand new next-gen gameplay previews to be rearing their pretty little heads in the near future.